Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing more of like a Q&A, and these are pretty much questions that I've been asked by family members, friends, and I kind of just put a few in there myself as well. So I have them written down, so let's get started. Also, I have my baby in the car seat right now, so if you hear her cry, it's her. Did your nipple piercings have any effect on your breastfeeding? Yes and no. It would come out a little bit too much for her sometimes, but there'd be other times where she'd take her time with it and she wasn't fussy and she was fine. I mean, at the end of the day, she's fed, she's full, and that's all that matters. And no, my nipple piercings didn't close long enough on time. I think I took them out when I was 4 months. I'm not sure. Question number 2. Has Akila had any poop explosions? Definitely, all the time. All the time. I feel like it's just bound to happen with every baby. And then especially because you need to, with newborns and your firstborn, you kind of need to like experiment with diapers, different brands, and what kind of works best for your baby. Pampers could have worked for this one and then not for the next one. So you kind of just got to experiment. For me, I really like Huggies. She kept having poop explosions in Pampers, and I don't know what it is, but they just feel cheaply made. But it's just preference, I guess. Everybody has a preference. Question number 3. Who is Akila's favorite family member? She's gonna have to pick her grandparents. That's for sure. Her both sides, from Jordan's side and from my side. Both grandmas and both grandpas that she loves. And obviously they pay more attention to her and they love her more too. Versus like her uncles, her aunts, and all that. And then I would say the next one down is my little sister, which is her aunt. She just loves her so much. I don't know what it is, but she just looks up to her, like admires her. Her eyes get glossy. It's the cutest thing. As far as parents, I'm gonna have to say Jordan. She loves Jordan. I'm not gonna say more than me, but she just kind of likes being around me and on me. And with Jordan, she kind of just smiles a lot more. And it's so funny because just the other day, he was talking to her and smiling, and I thought it was the cutest thing. So I put my head up. She was in her car seat. I popped my head out, and I was talking to her, and she just looks at me and goes, and looks at her dad and starts smiling. I was like, no, you did not, girl. No, you didn't. She's really sassy, but she probably gets that from me. Question number 4. How long did you wait to have sex? I'm pretty sure we waited 4 weeks. Or 6 weeks. I'm not sure. 4 to 6 weeks. I don't really remember. But I do remember that my stitches weren't all the way healed. You could still feel them, and so it was kind of uncomfortable for both of us. So we just ended up waiting until they were healed all the way, and just listen to your body. That's the best thing that you can do, is just listen to your body. And sorry, there's people walking, so it's like distracting me. Yeah, just listen to your body, and whatever you feel like it's an appropriate time, then go ahead and do so. Is sex better after giving birth? I don't know why people ask this question, but honestly, yeah. It's always been good, always, but I'm just a lot more sensitive down there now, and I don't know if it's because I pushed a baby out, but I mean, I'm not complaining, so. number are we on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Question number 6. Is your body back to normal? No, it's definitely not going to go back to normal. This is, if you're pregnant and watching this, definitely expect that, because you do feel like you wake up in a stranger's body after you have the baby, and it's really hard to deal with. But at the end of the day, what's more important is that you had a baby, you pushed that baby out, and you created a human being. So give yourself a break, just be patient with yourself, and just love yourself. Just work on loving yourself, because if you don't, it's gonna hit you hard. It really is. Is your vagina back to normal? No. I'm gonna say nothing really changed, though. I mean, as far as looks, nothing at all changed. As far as like when we have sex, everything feels exactly the same. But I mean, I can feel a slight difference as far as like me being a little bit more open. And that's just me being real. But everybody's vaginas are different, so yours may go back to normal, exactly to how it was. Mine may not. Yours may look different after you have the baby. Mine may not. Everybody's vagina is different, and I think we all know this by now. What were your postpartum thoughts? I didn't feel like I was good enough. I didn't feel like I was good enough for myself, for Akila, and for Jordan. And I'm gonna explain all three and why. I didn't feel good enough for myself because I felt like I woke up in a stranger's body, and before I was pregnant, I used to go to the gym 4, 5, 6 days a week, sometimes 7. And I created my body to be how I wanted it to be, and to look how I wanted it to look, and it took a very, very long time. And for me to get pregnant for 9 months and then have a baby, and then to look at my body, I felt very defeated, and it sucked. I felt like it sucked. And I couldn't get myself to get up out of bed, and I mean, I still have those days, and we're still working on that. We're still working on loving myself, but yeah, that's why I didn't feel like I was good enough, because I couldn't get myself to get up out of bed to go to the gym, and I felt horrible, like a lazy person. For Jordan, it goes back to my body. I didn't feel like I was good enough for him because I now don't have a butt. I mean, I do now, but I didn't have a butt, and like when she was inside of me for 9 months, she was kicking my ribs, and so a lot of people don't know this, but when babies kick your ribs, they expand them, and sometimes your ribs go back to the normal size and sometimes they don't. So before, I was thin, just like how I am now, but I had curve, and now since my ribs expanded, it's almost like I have like a straighter body, and I didn't feel like I was pretty enough for him because of that. For Akila, I stopped breastfeeding for like 2-3 weeks, and I felt like a really, really bad mom. I felt horrible. I didn't feel like I was good enough for her as a mom because of that. And it's just these silly thoughts that get to you, and you realize they're silly after you go through all this, but it is hard when you're going through it. I'm gonna make a part 2 on this video because I'm not done with these questions, and she's crying. I can't leave her like that. So I'll see you guys in the next video.